Good morning, everybody. 9 a.m. and 32 degrees on this Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us on Daybreak here on WGRZ Plus. And Patrick, would you consider this the calm before the storm, or is storm too big of a word? Just calm before the weather really changes.
Yeah, I would say that. Yes.
Yes, what? Before the weather changes, or before the storm?
No, I think it's the calm before the storm. I think that works because this is a storm. We're going to see strong winds. We're going to see some heavy rain, and then gusty winds and snow tomorrow. So yes.
So tomorrow is a weather impact alert day for all of us.
Tonight, but it's late tonight through tomorrow for everybody. Yes, that is the case. And let's go through why. We've got a lot of weather coming at us over the next 36 hours. Starting though with quiet weather today. Let's get to the forecast. We just have some increasing high clouds. The breeze is going to begin picking up, and winds 20 to 30, gusting to around 40 miles an hour today. There you can see the thicker clouds coming in right now. The sun peeking through many of them, but as we go through the day, there'll be some holes in the clouds. Notice by this afternoon, we're in the upper 40s, close to 50, and it is windy. Overnight tonight, there's the rain, and the wind is gusty too. Winds 25 to 35, but gusting up to 50. And just downwind of the hills of Chautauqua County, there's going to be some wind gusts that could approach 50 to maybe 60 miles an hour. Those are temperatures, of course, plotted there. And then as we go through the morning, it changes to snow, and temperatures tumble from the 40s to the 30s, and then eventually to the 20s, with some snow showers coming off Lake Erie, and then those will slide south as we head into Friday night and coming to an end. There's a peek at your weekend. Again, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Sunday, a little cooler, and temperatures getting cooler as the day goes on, 30, and some light snow showers for Sunday. Temperatures, peaking today, trending down, but then they begin to trend back up as we head through the middle and end of next week. Right now, Christmas Day, I would say 38, 39, with maybe a little light rain or snow. That's how it's looking. That's a long way out.
Yeah, well, it's a week out.
Yeah, but it's not officially in our 7-day world. It's 1 day after.
Tonight it'll be in the 7-day world.
I'll let Jen
you let them depress everyone and let everyone in Western New York down that we live with this winter all season long, and we want to write Christmas, and we're not going to get it. So leave it to Jen and Dan to pass along that news.
There we go.
You can be Santa, and they'll just be Scrooge.
They'll be Scrooge. Ebenezer, get over here.
All right. Patrick, thank you. Well, just into our newsroom this morning, the city of Buffalo has taken over a property that's been long known for crime, drugs, and trespassers. 2 on Your Side has confirmed that the city received control of the deed for 2 St. Louis Place. That happened on December 11th. Over the past 15 years, Buffalo police have been called to the property at least 88 times, and in one of those instances, a dead body was found. The owner of the property, Charles DeBucky, was arrested back in April for outstanding housing court warrants and an additional count of false impersonation. He's been involved in an ongoing legal battle with the city. Well, we are still trying to get more details about what happened in Niagara Falls last night that led a SWAT vehicle and a SWAT team to be outside a Niagara Falls home. And this is video that we got from the scene on 10th Street late last night. The video was sent to our newsroom around 11. The photographer at the scene did see someone being put into handcuffs. We did call Niagara Falls Police for more information, and we are waiting to hear back, but we'll update you as soon as we learn more. Governor Kathy Hochul is moving forward with a bill to allow terminally ill New Yorkers to decide their own fate.
New York will always continue to be a bastion of freedom, to worship, to speak your mind, freedom of choice. It's time we finally extend those freedoms to the terminally ill and their families.
The governor announcing that a deal has been reached to pass and enact the Medical Aid in Dying Act. And she says the decision did not come lightly, but after hearing many family stories, she wants to put an end to the 10-year fight for this legislation. The bill clears the way for those who are terminally ill and given 6 months or less to live to have the option to request medication to end their lives peacefully. Proposed changes require any oral request to be recorded, and it mandates a mental health evaluation. The bill has been controversial, with supporters saying that it should be up to the person, while opponents argue it's simply immoral.
You should be able to choose your end-of-life path when you are facing a terminal illness, unbelievable suffering, emotionally, physically, spiritually. That should be up to the human.
And in response to the deal reached, the state Conservative Party chairman said in part, quote, "The governor is leading New York down a slippery slope that threatens our most vulnerable citizens, those who may be pressured or left feeling that their lives are burdensome," end quote. The bill is expected to be passed and signed next month, and then the law would go into effect 6 months later to allow time for regulations, training, and implementation. It is 9:05 now, and there's a growing fight to prevent 2 Buffalo schools from closing. And last night was the first Board of Education meeting since it was announced that the district would pause any closures until at least January. And Daybreak's Natalie Foss was in downtown Buffalo this morning to share the concerns voiced during that meeting. Natalie?
More than a dozen people had signed up to speak at last night's school board meeting, but after the school board had added a last-minute presentation that took over an hour on a STEM program that they use in the schools, some of those people had left. But of the people who stayed to speak was the principal of Public School 90, one of those schools that was slated to close. Michelle Hope Barnes shared that School 90 has partnerships with the Buffalo Zoo, Tiff Nature Preserve, and the Buffalo Science Museum, and they've had those partnerships for over 35 years. Those would go away if the school closed. She also shared statistics about the students at the school. She said that 90% of her students were at grade level for reading and math. 43% were performing above their grade level. Other speakers called the school board out for their spending on different educational programs and projects.
Almost $12 million on WAZ. That's a program, by the way, it is a phenomenal program, Superintendent, but we spent almost $12 million for a program we teach for 40 minutes, once every 6 days. $12 million. How about $8 million for West Ed? And let's not forget, most recently, $2 million we spent for Big Empty Field in front of City Honors.
All right, just want to say to our staff, parents, concerned citizens, I heard you.
That was the superintendent's only comment in response to the speakers last night, not elaborating any further. On Monday, the district announced that they would be pausing the final decision on which schools would close until the new school board members are sworn in on January 5th. On your side at City Hall, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
Natalie, thank you. And this morning, the Buffalo Common Council has signed off on a multi-million-dollar settlement tied to that deadly incident at Molly's Pub more than a decade ago. The vote approves payouts connected to what happened back in 2014 when 2 off-duty Buffalo police officers were working security at the bar. Investigators say William Sager Jr. was pushed down a flight of stairs during a confrontation with the bar manager. And his friend, Donald Hall, tried to step in to help him, but was handcuffed instead. And Sager later died from his injuries. Under the settlement, Sager's family will receive $3 million, while Hall will be awarded $290,000.
At the very end of this, it's the taxpayers that pay out the bill. And we have to find the money in the budget, and there are times we struggle to do that.
To approve item B1.
And city officials say the agreement brings a long-running civil case to a close without the city admitting any wrongdoing. This morning, a longtime fixture of the federal bench in Buffalo is officially retired. U.S. District Court Judge William Scretany has stepped down after 35 years of service. And after handling his final case yesterday, Scretany remained on the bench a little bit longer to accept congratulations and well wishes from colleagues. Here's 2 on your sides, Dave McKinley.
As he prepared to hang up his robe, his final remarks from the bench would be emotional.
Thank you for making my life so very special. Thank you.
And greeted by thunderous applause from colleagues of the 80-year-old Scretany.
Basically, it's a combination of Mother Nature and Father Time telling me it's time to go.
In his time, Scretany presided over several landmark cases, including that of the Lackawanna 6 terror cell, all federal litigation related to the crash of Flight 3407, and Tonawanda Coke, one of the nation's first federal criminal prosecutions under the Clean Air Act. His decisions cleared the way for the Seneca Nation to open the Buffalo Creek Casino and upheld most of New York's SAFE Act while striking down the provision that only 7 rounds could be loaded into a magazine, ruling it was an arbitrary restriction. Scretany was nominated for the bench by President George H.W. Bush.
He said, I only want one thing from you, no strings attached. And I said, what is that, sir? And he says, I want you to exercise judicial independence in your decision-making and not be driven by politics.
He retires at a time where many believe federal court decisions are being driven by just that, and who accuse federal judges in particular of legislating from the bench.
You hear a lot of that accusation now.
You do, and you didn't hear that as much, at least as far back as I can remember. And that's very, very troubling to me, because I think the independence of the judiciary is what drives the success of our nation.
Another thing he believes drives the success of the nation involves something else federal judges traditionally engage in, the swearing in of new citizens.
It doesn't matter from where you come or who you are. That's been probably the most joyful part of my job.
A job which, in the opinion of those assembled today, was a job well done. On your side, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.
Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have much more coming up after this. Welcome back, everyone. Yes, you're on camera, Patrick. We are talking about the Bills right now, and they're really in great position to make the playoffs. Almost have a lock, but really they're going for the division is what they're still hoping for. A slight chance of that. But these games have been really stressful this season. The Bills are a great second-half team, as the league knows, and the players acknowledge that they will need to play a complete game once the playoffs come around. And 2 on your sides, Jonathan Acosta has more.
The Bills have been stacking wins, but admit they know they need to be better in the first half of games.
We're trying. I'm out there trying in the first half. I think guys just getting settled into the game. It's tough to really pinpoint just one thing. I think there's a lot of different things individually, as collectively, that we can do different, but just being able to find that rhythm early.
Last week's 21-point comeback in New England, just the latest second-half turnaround by the Bills this season. While the first-half deficits are far from ideal, the team drawing confidence from its ability to flip the script.
You look at the game last week is, what do you do when the moments are the brightest, when they need to stop? 5 series in the second half, 4 stops.
The games we have to win are those close games, and those games we have to win are those hard games. And, I'd rather, be a team with character and flaws and know we have to work on and fight every day than being like a perfect team and, kind of just relying on one side of the ball.
The Bills now go into Cleveland this week riding a 3-game win streak, having come from behind to win in all 3 games. Quarterback Josh Allen telling me today that he feels that the adversity that this team has navigated this season has him feeling like they're close to peaking at the right time.
The teams that I feel like we've done it against are really good football teams. And you're going to need that going in the playoffs, because once you get in the playoffs, everybody's kind of on even playing field, and everybody's good, right? Like they're all feel like they're playing at a high level, and it's no different for us. We want to feel like we're peaking as we're going into the playoffs, and I feel like we're close. I feel like we've still got some things to work on. Obviously, want to start faster in these games. But yeah, I think we're playing good football right now. I think there's still some more stuff that we can unlock.
The Bills looking to play their best going into the playoffs with the chance to punch their ticket there this week. On your side in Orchard Park, Jonathan Acosta, Channel 2 Sports.
Can we punch our ticket there this week?
No, to a playoff berth.
Right.
Yeah. Not the division, but
right.
To the playoffs.
But to the playoffs, we can solidify that we. I mean, what's 97 or 98% chance right now, but.
And the Texans might need to lose. Is the win alone, or is it a win and somebody else losing?
Oh, I don't know.
Bill, the Colts in Houston, one of them
Colts or Houston have to lose. And the Bills have to win, and then we've solidified our playoff berth.
There we go.
This is from Mike Tamiel, our teammate of the year.
Yes.
Who's our director for Daybreak, everyone. We are so lucky to have him. Mike, how long have you been here? 35 years? 30 years?
What? Crickets.
Now he's looking. 36.
Oh my gosh.
36 years. He is the most deserving employee of the year, along with Amy Lawless, who we also love. You hear us talking about Amy. She was our floor director here on Daybreak, and then she became director and does everything as well, along with Mike. And they make sure that you don't slip up on the roof, in addition to a gazillion other things that they do here. A gazillion things that they do here.
And Amy is the best spell checker.
You think I'm hard on you.
She is.
Amy's like, Melissa, how did you not catch this?
I know. Of course there's no one S in schedule or whatever.
Amy also does the best Scott Levin impression.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Holmes?
That's Benini.
That's Benini, okay.
She does a good Benini also. Okay. I digress. Congratulations to Mike and Amy, our employees of the year here at teammates of the year here at Channel 2. Okay, speaking of teammates, the Sabres are hoping to rally and to continue their win streak and, I don't know, have a lot more clicking among the team under the new GM. Yeah, this is the first game tonight that they'll be playing under GM Jarmo Kekalainen. They play the Flyers at home tonight at 7:30. And we did hear from head coach Lindy Ruff saying that he's been reflecting a lot over these past few days now that Kevin Adams is out. And Ruff says that it is a difficult time, but he's hopeful about where the team is positioned right now.
I'm disappointed that, we've dealt with a lot this year, but we've got ourselves in position here where we can really push ahead. And I think the players, with Norris coming back in the lineup, now Kessering coming back in the lineup, the getting healthier part is the part that excites me. We're starting to see the team that we envisioned it to be.
So again, tonight's game starts at 7:30 at KeyBank Center.
Let's go. Flyers, they beat them.
I think there are only 7 or 9 points out of a playoff spot. There's 50 games left in the season. It's easy for them to leapfrog over other teams in order to potentially position themselves for the playoffs. And frankly, it's not that hard for an NHL team to make the playoffs. I mean, so many do make it. So the fact that there's been, a 13, 14-year losing playoff drought is very, very rough. So who knows what Jarmo Kekalainen will do, but hopefully it'll be something good for the team.
And you wonder if the current players on the team respond, they would probably respond to a coaching change, but what about to a GM change? It'll be interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we will, if you watched Daybreak earlier, you heard us talk about a video of shelter dogs choosing their human. Wait till you see, coming up after the break. But what you don't know about the video also coming up. And what happened with us on Daybreak that literally had us laughing so hard we were crying. That's coming up.
It's mine.
This is very, very cute. Some cheer was spread at the City of Buffalo Animal Shelter, which partnered with Buffalo Barkery to feed every dog and cat a holiday feast. The shelter shared this video with us showing the furry friends chowing down on some hand-prepped food. Buffalo Barkery's owner says this is her way of giving back to the very shelter where she found her beloved dog, Opal. And she says it means the world to make even one night a little bit happier for the animals. I love seeing that. And have you ever had to make hand-make food for your dogs?
Oh my wife.
Like the rice and chicken type of thing?
We've done that. But we do make food for our dogs. My wife goes through a 10-step process because there's lots of medication we have to put in it as well, and vitamins and things like that. And but yeah, it's the natural food can be super, super healthy. Yeah.
So this is what happened on Daybreak earlier when we showed that video of the dogs at the shelter, and then we are often given time to ad lib, as they like to say, and the ad lib went a little off course. You know what videos have been showing up on my Instagram feed, Patrick?
What's that?
And it's not local, but it just, every time I see it, I stop and I have to watch the whole thing. Dogs choosing their owners at animal shelters.
Come on.
So
What?
people are
What?
sitting in like the lobby, and there's like 20 or 30 people, and they're just sitting there perfectly still, and they let the dog go around. And whoever the dog jumps up on or puts their paw out to or sniffs, that person gets to take that dog home. So instead of you choosing your dog, the dog chooses you.
It's probably based on how you smell, right?
Perhaps. You got a bunch of pepperoni in your pocket.
That'll be something. Let's get to it, shall we? Wow, of all the things that you could have in your pocket. Anyway.
Dog treats would have been fine.
Dog treats would have been a better way to go with that.
Right. Okay. So here is the video that I was talking about.
You got it.
Yes,
Cool. Okay.
we're going to pull it up. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Can we refresh? There we go. Here, dogs choose humans. Look at this.
Oh.
Isn't that sweet? Keep watching. There's going to be another one. Watch, watch, watch. Here we go. And there's so many sweet ones where they're like walking around and sniffing, and then, okay, isn't it?
Now, what happens if the dog gets on one, tackles somebody and then goes to another? It's the first one, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Ready for this?
Yeah.
AI. I just found out none of this is real.
How did that's real?
No, it's not. So there's a couple videos where you can see that their hands are not right, like 6 fingers or distorted, or the dog puts a paw up and then the paw's in the wrong spot. And so I was really upset when a viewer wrote me and was like, that's AI. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then I looked it up, and they cannot verify where any of this is happening and where that video originated from. And there's multiple videos, and it's AI generated. This is why the internet is going to be so difficult and so bad when things like this happen.
Well,
when you think it's real and you can't tell. And then you have to look it up. Is it real? Is it not? Is it AI? Is it not?
There's so many videos out there of like accidents that are so realistic looking. Yeah. Like there's a glass infinity pool like on the top of a building.
Yeah.
That people are like on the edge of it.
Yeah.
And then you see it crack and then like break and water falls out and everybody. I mean,
okay, so that might not be that realistic.
But I'm just saying, you're right. It is so unimaginable that of course it's fake.
But I thought that was real.
I know. Well, some people would think these videos that I'm talking about are real. I mean, it's crazy.
And I went on TV talking about it. Oh, I love seeing this on my feed, and it shows up, and I stop and I watch, and come to find out it's not real.
Wow.
And that is the Merriam-Webster word of the year. Slop.
Slop.
That video that I thought was so lovely.
Full of slop.
Is slop.
Right.
Just like the dog's breath and tongue.
Wow.
Just awful. I'm so upset. And I also feel dumb.
Because you've always said to me, like when I see some weather video, you're like, make sure it's AI, not AI, make sure.
Right, because in our business, we ask for you, the viewer, to send us your pictures or your video of snow accumulation or of storm damage and whatnot. And now I'm always saying to Patrick, make sure that it's real. Check with the owner, check with the person who took it to make sure that they took it. You've got to do a reverse Google search to make sure that that image isn't used somewhere else.
One of the very first that I can remember, it must have been maybe 20 years ago, fake like weather pictures that went viral was cities that had a huge snowstorm. And they said, look at how much snow fell in Minneapolis. Then there was a picture of 2 deer with their heads like walking through a field, but the snow was neck high, right?
Right.
Looked real.
Yeah.
But then
that can happen in Western New York.
That could have been, you couldn't. So that went viral. Then everybody like, oh, that, and it was used for storm after storm after storm.
And so many of our storm photos and videos are so unbelievable that they could be considered or taken for AI, like the snow clouds coming up, the lake effect snow clouds coming over the lake, and how unbelievably thick they are, and you see snow here, no snow there. We know that that's real, but it's it's hard to decipher what's real and what's not. And
wait, you've seen fake snow clouds? And pictures of them?
No, I'm saying that some people could look at this and be like, well, that's AI.
I see.
Like, no, that's real. Western New York.
Right. Okay.
Snow video.
Well, this is And it's so funny, is sometimes our parents who are a little older, like my father, falls for stuff all the time. Like there was this.
Well, so do you and so do I.
Yeah, but like America's Got Talent, this like little girl singing to her father, and it was like a pull at your heartstrings video.
Yeah.
My dad was sending, oh my God, you can't believe. Then you find out it's fake, and you're like, I'm like, Dad.
Wait till they start faking us.
I know.
Not that we're,
hard to fake, but but
it's true. With these websites now that they can take us and our likeness and our voices and make us say something or do something that we don't actually do.
What do they call those? Deep fakes? Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a world. What a world.
Okay, we've got a few more seconds for weather.
Okay.
We are looking a week out to Christmas.
Oh.
The good news is that the Christmas Eve travel should be fine.
Should be
Christmas
fine,
Day
yeah.
travel if you're going to a friend's house, neighbor, family member.
Precipitation.
But we're not going to get snow.
The precipitation is iffy right now. There's signals that there might be a little rain or snow, probably more light rain, or maybe that system is coming in on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But it's not going to be terribly cold. It's going to be on the mild side. But falling snow, very unlikely.
It's a bummer.
I know.
All right. Thanks for joining. We're just full of bummers. That sweet dog video is fake, and it's going to be a green Christmas. Bye, everybody.